Hello, mystical stars. Let's get going. Let's see what we have today. Magnolia and clock. So, magnolia is about expansiveness and happiness, and clock is about time. So, magnolia plus clock means that, it's almost time for you to achieve the level of success that you have been that you've had your eye on for a while now. So, let's pull cards to determine what the circumstances around your success are going to look like. We have the 10 of Pentacles. This paints a very clear picture, guys. So we have Magnolia for harmony, success, paired with the 10 of Pentacles for, wealth and stability. And on the other side, we have clock for time ticking or waiting. And then this hardship, poverty. So this is feeling like I don't want to wait anymore. And the feeling of having to wait makes you afraid that you're going to be poor. So it's like your spirit is wobbling back and forth between manifesting something beautiful and being afraid that you're going to lose out if the time keeps ticking. Where's my abundance here? So Vixen, so this is about being, strategic and witnessing and watching from the sidelines. So you're being asked to be a divine witness, and everything has already been orchestrated here. That's what this is telling us. So let's ask for some confirmation or validation on this. So the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is very much an independent being. And the King of Wands is a leader and acts because he wants to act. So what this is saying is that just because you're waiting and watching doesn't mean your time to act won't come. Okay? It will come and you'll know when it's here. You will know. Okay? Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. So again, you have the happiness and the action and the abundance, and then you have the timing, the wait, wait and feeling like you're kind of in poverty while you're waiting or feeling insecure or isolated. So the cards are just kind of reinforcing the message here. So let's go ahead and put these away because we understand the message now. Oh, you know what popped into my head just now is the PBS station from when I was a kid. And I think that's telling us, when you were a kid, we passed the time by watching Arthur or watching some kind of after school show, right? Or the Disney Channel. When we were little, when we were young, passing time wasn't hard, right? Because we knew we were going to be taken care of. So we just watched our cartoons and our shows. So Spirit's asking us to have a more of an idealized vision for our life right now, like when we were kids. And no need to keep worrying. It's time to let a higher power take control and take care of us. That's what we're being asked to do right now. I say we when I feel like the message is a universal for anyone and everyone, including myself listening. This is about letting the universe take care of our inner child so that it's okay to wait and feel okay while we're waiting. Page of Swords is a young energy, and it's about learning. And it's also about learning restraint, when to swing the sword and when not to. So the Page of Swords is about watching, waiting, and knowing when to take action. So Spirit is showing that the wind will flow in your direction. When it's time for you to take action, you'll feel that signal coming to you and you'll know. So it's time to be comfortable. Be comfortable and teach your mind to stop worrying. Teach your mind to relax. That's the message. We have the Eight of Swords, which is a false sense of entrapment. The Hanged Man, which can feel like false entrapment as well, where we're being asked to surrender, right? But sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, the universe just flipped me upside down on my head. What am I going to do? The lesson is just relax. With the Hangman, the lesson is just relax into it to achieve your illumination. With the Eight of Swords, it's struggle against it because you're supposed to fight your way out of those loose binds, right? And then we have the Queen of Cups, which is learning how to balance your emotions, even when they're big and scary. And we have the Nine of Cups for wish fulfillment, and the King of Cups over here, who is even more strong and stoic in how he balances his emotions. It's a little harder for the King of Cups. He's more immersed in the water here. So the Queen is a little more masterful, a little more mean, maybe. Look at the how sharp those claws are there. But, just you got to just look at the signals from the picture to kind of get an idea of the essence of what that particular card is trying to convey. Sometimes we see Queen of Cups looking very generous. Other times she looks very stern. So it can, have a number of different interpretations. But here she's looking quick. She's got both feet on the ground and she's not being pulled into the nonsense of extreme emotion here. Whereas the king, he is in the water and having to stay stoic while in it. It's a little bit of a different orientation. And this guy, the water's working for him. Okay? He's made it work for him. So what this is basically saying is that spirit recognizes the work you have done to achieve your own emotional regulation and emotional stoicism. And so that's one reason why you're wondering, okay, how much longer I need to wait. I feel like I've done the inner footwork here, emotional footwork, and I understand. And I've been very patient and I've been strong. So where's my manifestation, right? And so this is saying, well, you're right on the cusp of receiving it. This is your manifestation, the Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment. And she's looking at this card, the wish fulfillment, but she's believing she's trapped when she's not. So I think this represents a journey this way, actually. I think you have learned your emotional mastery over here, and you've learned to be patient. And now you're wondering, how much longer do I need to be patient, right? So, all right, Spirit, you've given us the message in multiple formats. So what's the look at this? I pulled the Hanged Man again, but I pulled it reverse this time. So that shows an ending to the period of waiting. It also shows illumination because you're upright with that halo. So Knight of Pentacles is slow moving. So it's basically letting you know you won't have to wait forever. The Hangman will come upright again. And you will get your pentacle. Look how this bull is staring off into the distance. This is a little bit of a boring card too. So we have the Two of Pentacles, which is about balance. And so that's just reminding you, this is the lesson the universe has for you. Like first, it's hard when we're coming out of a rough situation because the universe is saying, okay, think bigger, think bigger, think bigger. You're worthy, you're worthy, you're worthy. And so we're like, yes, yes, yes. And we keep thinking bigger and expanding and affirming that we're worthy. And then it's like everything flattens out and we're like, okay, well, come on. Like, what more do you want from me? And the universe is saying, well, what I want from you now is also to have patience. And it feels like kind of insulting for the universe to ask us to have less patience and more expectation, and then to say, hey, wait, actually, patience, you do got to have patience. Because here's the thing, we can't change the fact that wealth loves boring patience. Wealth loves boring people. The wealthiest people are usually the most boring because they get up and they do the thing every day, no matter what. They don't give in to distraction. They're boring. So this is saying, well, you really want wealth? Well, maybe learn to be a little bit bored and then it'll come to you. Okay? Learn to be okay. And it's not about giving up. It's not about resignation to unsatisfactory situations. It's about fine-tuning how you approach this. Because the universe wants to give you all that abundance, right? So let's ask for some validation. Like, Spirit, if we got this right, let us know. And if there's anything we need to correct the word to refine, let us know, please. That just flipped right out. That could not be more clear because this is a card about fair giving and receiving, and giving and receiving what is due at the end of the day, rather than who is asking the loudest. So the universe is saying, if you want true lasting stability, then this is the kind of energy that you need. You need to be grounded with it. So if the universe just gave you a lottery, oh, I just saw a mouse scampering outside my window. What the heck was that? The universe has said, I could make you win the lottery, but then you're not going to learn the frequency and the practice of wealth. So this is about balancing both powerful manifestation and actual groundwork, of the footwork of actually doing the things and being the wealthy person. And sometimes that's a little disappointing. It's not necessarily glamorous, but it does move you forward. There's a little no pain, no gain. The universe is saying we want a little bit of friction so that we can move forward. And we don't want to be, going through life on a slip and slide. So the difficulty is the universe providing a little friction for us so that we can actually put forth effort to move ourselves forward. So we want a combination of effort and sort of illumination and divine support, both. And this is what the universe is giving to you right now. So it's really a good thing in the long run. So Four of Swords is about waiting in the moments that feel like they're really a little almost too much, right? The swords are all pointing toward her skin, and she's saying, all right, well, I'll just take it and I'll do it too. She's doing it to herself. And that's her way of saying, well, I know, I recognize when I have no options right now. In other words, being really stuck in your head, because the swords are your thoughts. I recognize I don't have a lot of options, so I'm going to embrace the lesson and I'm going to relax into it. And that's what is being asked of you at this moment. Like, it's almost like these represent all the momentum of your manifestation efforts. And then once it gets close, the universe is like, well, there's some painful parts to this too, where you have to embrace some repetition and some boredom. And then you say, okay, and then you do it to yourself. In other words, you embrace the lesson, even when it's uncomfortable. And that's when you get your breakthrough in your chariot. The Knight of Wands. In this deck, he's not moving, but usually in the traditional deck, the Knight of Wands is fairly fast moving. He's able to move forward, and he's a visionary. Above, oh wow. So this tells a story here. It's like even passion here isn't moving, but spirit is always moving. The white Newman is the voice of spirit moving with you in perfect divine timing. So even the Knight of Wands waits for spirit to move things along. So there's your message, guys. Thanks for taking the time today, and let me know in the comments what you gained from this. I'd love to hear your insights and thoughts. And you can also find the cards that I use down in the comments as well. All right, guys? All right. I post several times a week now, so I will see you soon. Bye.